framed around the issue with mental health. So they start with a little quote from a professor of psychiatry from Malaysia, and then kind of tease out some of those themes. So, how did that kind of process work?
Okay, the professor that you speak about is Professor of Psychiatry. He's a friend, and he also has a column in the newspaper. And there is no one answer with one story. Each story had a different sequence. In some of them, like Visitation Rights, I wrote about grief, my grief, someone dying. And it so happened that the very next time he had a column, he wrote about grief. Then there was elder abuse, Golden Illusions, which was elder abuse, and he wrote about it. But the one that I love the most is Say Hello to Yama, because that was where my mother's house is, there's a monsoon drain at the back, and right now we have floods, and the water flows. But because of overdevelopment, now the water is not flowing. It's not stagnant, but it flows slow. And our land was sinking, the house was sinking, so one day I said to my mother, this is November 2020, and I said to my mother, this house is just going to sink, we're all going to die, we're just going to say hello to Yama. So Yama is the god of death. So, and then I thought, that's sweet, say hello to Yama. So, and the very next month, there were devastating landslides where 31 people died in a terrible accident in a campsite. And the very next month, so that's January 2023, Professor Andrew Mohanraj, he wrote a column, voice column, about disaster psychiatry, which is his expertise, subspeciality, and so by the end of the month that story flowed out of me, and that became one of the most popular stories. It's been republished quite a few times, and long-listed, short-listed, so on and so forth. So that's one. Other stories just happened. Synchronicity, you can use the word synchronicity if you want. So by the time I had these 17 stories, I had a collection and I had his quotes. And so I just arranged them in chronological order of his column, and that's how it came about. So, yeah.
Does the audience have any questions?